What is going on, Pokemon fans? It's your boy Amaziah here, once again coming at you guys with a video that I hope you guys will welcome me with open arms into this community as I propose this theory to you guys that you can obviously see within the thumbnail, which is the reason why you're here, and within the title, and that's that the characters that we see within the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee trailers are actually the children of Red and Blue. And I'm not gonna say that I'm the original person who came up with this theory, not in the sense that, of course, I took this theory from like some kind of Reddit or anything, but rather you may have heard this before. However, this is my take on the theory, and I'm hoping that I can give you guys the clearest interpretation of the theory possible. So within Pokemon Sun and Moon, we finally got our boys Red and Blue coming back after 20 years, of course not including Fire Red and of course Leaf Green, but finally after 20 years they are back and they're older. One of the things that Blue hints at is that it's been a long time since Red and Blue have been on an adventure, and due to that fact, they decided to come to the Alola region to try and take up a new adventure. Now, we know within the Pokemon series that the fathers of trainers actually leave. In fact, this may be something that's true with all fathers within the Pokemon series, with some special cases, like of course Steven's dad. But this may be true for all. Oh my god. But this may be how they're going to explain what actually happens with the fathers within the Pokemon series. I'm not saying that that's what the stories are about. Of course, these two individuals trying to find their dads and face their dads. Although that would be cool. I think a lot of people would enjoy that. Of course, all of this time now being able to become the children of Red and Blue and actually climb the ladder to face their parents. I think that that would be cool to some people. Other people it may not work, but of course to me I would fucking love that. But anyways, the story that they may be trying to tell is, of course, the story of finally some children of the characters that we've played as previously. Now, let's go ahead and dive into some more of the lore. So, we know that with Pokemon recently, we've moved into what I like to call the 3D universe. And what I mean by the 3D universe is that while there's always been multiple universes within the Pokemon series, of course, hell, even are different play sessions of Pokemon games would count as kind of universes, because of course you get three options out of the starters, and of course each individual starter that you choose is your own personal journey that you go on as you find Pokemon that you personally want to have on your team and stuff like that. So there's always been this kind of multiple universe kind of thing. So what we have now is the ability, with them actually lamenting it into the lore, so it's now a fundamental part of the lore. They now have the ability to take two different versions of Red and Blue, make them fathers, and then of course have their children climb up the ladder to face them eventually. And that's not what I'm trying to propose, once again, that that's what the story is, but rather, of course, it would make a lot of sense because we finally see Red and Blue as they get older. Of course, we had the theory that Red was dead and he was just waiting at the top of that mountain. Of course, this now disproves that. Potentially it now disproves it because, of course, although we know that it's multiple universes, I'm pretty sure something like this happens within every universe. So it's not like, of course, oh, they're so drastically different. There's like little bitty changes and stuff that actually makes each universe kind of its own. So, of course, I'm guessing you can say that potentially Red didn't die, and hell, potentially the story that we have here may actually be the original. But another thing that comes with the different universes, and of course what is now essentially the 3D universe, or the 3D base universe, which was to start with X and Y, as of course it developed a whole new lore for the backstory with the war and stuff. And this led to mega evolutions, and I'm guessing you could say, I think, the Z crystals as well. I think that's what they're called. So when it comes to all of that stuff, we know that the new designs of regions that we've seen, this includes with ORAS, because we've already had a remake that proves this. The redesigns of regions that we've seen is because it's another universe. And with it being another universe, the Red and Blue that were in Sun and Moon potentially still belong to the universe of Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which would make them the Red and Blue of this said universe, with them potentially being somewhere around 28 to 30 years old, and of course them having children of their own and they've left to go on this journey now that their children are of age to actually become Pokemon trainers themselves. And this actually does coincide with the story. I mean, unless you want to say that they made the other character a female and then make the other character blue for the sake of course, being politically correct and giving females, of course, a character to play as. I'm not trying to be sexist, I'm just saying, giving females a character to play as. Then, of course, think about it like this: the male character apparently will get the Pikachu. And since he's getting the Pikachu, of course, this Pikachu comes from Professor Oak. I know it's weird to propose that he would still be alive and he doesn't look older, but who the hell knows? Who the hell knows what the reason for that is? Professor Oak. So they're going to get them from Professor Oak. We've already seen this. And when they get them from Professor Oak, we see what apparently is like a here's a Pikachu kind of thing. And it kind of doesn't feel like what it was initially. It feels like, of course, they're getting the same Pokemon that their fathers got. And of course, they're trying to see if these Pokemon will actually accept them. And we see the Pikachu actually get excited and jump on the boy's back. And then we see the Eevee, it gets excited and it rubs the girl's finger. So it's kind of like, of course, an acceptance ceremony between them. And of course, it feels like what is kind of essentially the passing of the torch kind of thing going on there. But that could just be how I personally feel about what we got to see from the trailer. And I guess that's all I can actually say for the theory right now until we get further information, although we are close to E3. I know that there's also been a lot more information for Pokemon Sun. I know that there's also been a lot more information for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and I will be covering it very soon. I just had to go ahead and get this theory out there because I want to know what you guys think. So hit up the comment section. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for new Pokemon videos if you would like to keep on seeing Pokemon videos from me. This has been your boy Amaziah. Don't forget to do a little A-class gaming, and everything you do, don't forget to keep it A-class. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace the heck out.